then 1, 11. Okay. Now rule number 2 regarding maximum and minimum. So when dy dx is equals 0, remember to find maximum or minimum, the first condition is that it must be a stationary point where dy dx equals to 0. And then we need to find the second degree differentiation, and then we need to find the value of the second degree differentiation. When it is greater than 0, then we say the stationary point is minimum. When dy dx equals 0, which is the stationary point, and then the second degree differentiation d2y dx square produces an answer or value which is less than 0 or negative, then we say that the stationary point is a maximum point. Okay? Now let's look at example 3. We are asked to find the stationary points of the following and determine their characteristic, which means we have to decide whether it is a maximum or minimum stationary point. Okay, so let's start off with example A. When y equals to 2x to the power 3 minus 9x squared plus 12x plus 7, so first step is to find dy dx and then equals to 0 in order to find the stationary points. Okay, so differentiate 2x power 3, so 3 times 2 will give us 6x squared minus 2 times 9 equals to 18x plus 12x, differentiate we get 12, so equals to 0. So from here, factorize, take out 6, we'll get 6x squared minus 3x plus 2. And then factorize x squared minus 3x plus 2 will give us x minus 2 and x minus 1. So from here, take x minus 2 equals 0, therefore x equals to 2. And x minus 1 equals 0 will give us x equals to 1. So what we do next is to test whether this point is a maximum or minimum. So we substitute x equals to 2 first into the function y to find the value of y. Right? So we get 11. When x equals to 1, substitute into function y, we get 12. Alright? So the stationary points are 2, 11 and 1, 12. Now in order to determine maximum or minimum, we have to differentiate and find the second degree of differentiation. So we, from the above dy dx answer just now, so when we find d2y dx square, the answer is 12x minus 18. So what we do next is to test each of these 2 points. So starting with x equals to 2. When x equals to 2, we substitute into d2y dx square. So we will get 12 times 2, 24 minus 18. The answer is 6. So since 6 is a positive or greater than 0, then we say x 11 is a minimum point. Okay? When x is equals to 1, substitute into d2y dx square. So 12 times 1 minus 18, we will get negative 6. So since negative 6 is less than 0, therefore we say the stationary point 1, 12 is a maximum point. Okay? Okay, let's look at example B. When y is equals to negative x to the power 3 plus 6x squared minus 9x, then the first step is to find dy dx, which is negative x to the power 3 will give us negative 3x squared, plus differentiate 6x squared will give us 12x, differentiate 9x will give us 9, then equals to 0. So factorize this, take out the 3 first, negative 3 first, we'll get x squared. Take out negative 3 from 12x, we will get negative 4x, and take out negative 3 from negative 9, we get 3. Because 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12, and then x squared times negative 3 is negative 3x squared. Okay? So from here, factorize this one. So we'll